Welcome back everybody to Daily Cigar. My name is Lizardo and I'm joined here again with my friend Kurosh. We're going to be reviewing and smoking the Sancho Panza Valientes Exclusivo, and I'm sure you got a lot of questions as well. And let's get to it. How was the last video we did?
It was good. Had a lot of fun.
Yeah?
It went past very, very fast. And looking forward to this one.
Yeah? Want me to cut it and lighter for you, or you want to do it this time?
It cut it this time. Actually, what do you have a 100?
So we got a fancy cutter this time. We got a Le Finlams cutter because we're smoking a Cuban cigar. I thought having a knife with the Cuban background will be very nice as well.
It's beautiful.
So it's obviously a knife.
So you put the cigar here and,
yes,
and chop it.
And then you cut it off. So
wow. Nice,
yeah,
nice.
Very nice. So I thought it would do very nice to have them both together. So you place the cigar there. Again, you have to make sure you don't cut too much. There you go. That's...
Can I try the other one?
You want to? Oh, you want to try?
Yeah.
Of course.
Do you think that's good?
Yeah, that should be okay. One straight cut, yeah. Oh, that's better. Better than my cut. Well, yeah, so I think it's a very nice cutter and it was going to do really well today. You want to light it first?
Yeah, let me tell me what I'm doing wrong, yeah.
Yeah, so remember, keep distance, maybe a little bit more. Just pull the lighter back. Yes. Yes, just turn it over. Just watch how you don't burn too much of the outside. You're gonna need a bit more. I think the flame is a bit too strong for that. But yeah, if you just keep the distance, should be right. In the meantime, I'll let you know a little bit about the cigar. This Sancho Panza Valientes Exclusivo Suiza was released in 2017. And being a Habanos, we know that the wrapper, the binder, and the filler are all from Cuba. Now, this Vitola is called Robusto Extra and is 518 by 55 ring gauge. And it had a production limited to 6,000 boxes of 10,000 cigars. So 60,000 cigars released worldwide. A bit of history to this cigar. This is part of the Edición Regional series. And the Sancho Panza Valientes was released in 2017 for the Swiss market. And the name Valientes is translated as the brave. And it ties into the character of Don Quixote and Sancho Panza from Cervantes. Sancho Panza was established in 1848 and it is one of Habanos S.A.'s oldest brand, but with a relatively small portfolio.
Sancho Panza. I kept on thinking that name is familiar.
Yes, from the books.
It's a character from Don Quixote.
Yes, yes.
You know, Don Quixote, they say, is the second best-selling book after the Bible.
Yeah? All right.
That's what they say about it. I read it when I was in school. So this was specially made for Switzerland.
For the Swiss market. And this box is from October 2017. So today, so this month, 2017. So how many years is it now?
7. So where would you place Sancho Panza in Cuban cigars? Would they be like, say, medium, top tier, medium tier?
Oh, this is the... So the top tier is the Cohibas and stuff. This is the medium tier from what I understand.
Is it like a level below them?
Is yours good?
Yeah.
Mine is like blocked.
Oh, yours is blocked. Mine no blockage. I'm a bit concerned about not burning evenly.
It will be fine. Should be fine.
I don't know if that's me, just because full disc. I think there was something wrong with your lighter. It would nearly exploded in my hand. I knew we were gonna do this today. I had a massive breakfast. I had a big fry up.
You prepared for this one, yeah?
A big fry up. Also, for our international viewers, a fry up is what the British call like a English breakfast. They fry up the eggs and the sausage and the bacon and the black pudding. Pretty greasy stuff.
You came ready for it.
Yeah.
But it's not a full body cigar. This is medium to full. I know we had the opportunity to smoke the Bolivar. That is more of a fuller body.
So how would you know if this is real?
Okay, so when you're
So you know this is not a counterfeit.
each Habanos box has a QR code, and if you go into their website, you can check the QR code with their website, and it's going to tell you the actual name, brand, and it should tell you the date. That's how you know it's a real Habanos box. But also, if you're buying it from a reputable reseller, like for example, like Casa of Habanos, or here in the UK, we get them from, you know, the stores, and they are provided by the distributor. They have the seal from them, and that's how you know that they're real. Also, online, there's many forums where people will talk about what to look for in the bands and in the boxes. I think as well, one of the ways to know you have to smoke a bit of the Habanos is through the flavor profile. If you're already used to how the Habanos taste, you're able to pick it up as well.
So it's not that easy, basically.
Mm-mm.
So you can't just hold one and say, "Hey, oh."
Unless it's a really bad copy.
So there are good copies that you can just by looking
Yes, it's like the luxury goods market, because this is a luxury product,
Yeah.
and some of them are very expensive. For example, the Cohibas and those expensive brands, they get copied nearly identical. There's an issue with a box of a limited edition that was very expensive, and it was bought in an actual proper shop, and it turns out that that box seems to have entered the distribution network, and it was fake. But I don't know how he ended up.
Where did this happen?
I think it was somewhere in the Middle East. I think it was.
And do you know where do they make these counterfeits? What country makes them? Because it's not that we can grow it in our back garden. And
really, I don't know exactly where they're being made. I know that when you go on holidays to Cuba, they try to sell you Cohibas and all of this.
I actually have a story on that. I went to Cuba once, and Cubans are the nicest, most laid-back people you ever meet. Yeah, they're always like chilling, always smiling. We came out of the cigar shop, and this kid with a bicycle was following us and trying to sell us some Cohibas.
Okay.
And I was with my friend, and he turned around and told the kid, "These are not real cigars. These are banana leaves." And this kid just went ballistic. It's just like the greatest insult. And he was chasing us down the road, swearing at us. And I said, "Hey, sorry, okay, not." So this is critical to buy these from an authorized dealer.
Definitely, especially when you're spending a certain amount of money on these cigars, I recommend just find the authorized store that will buy that you know is buying from the authorized distributor. Here in the UK, we don't have that much of an issue when you buy from like online or even the stores. But when you start buying from European stores, or even Hong Kong has a couple of stores that I know some of them are just popped up and start selling cigars. You gotta be really careful. Do your research. There's always forums, and realistically, just buy from UK stores. If you're in the UK, you'll be safe for that way. But you can still go online and check with the Habanos website. How you finding the cigar? We're middle of the first third, both. Yeah. The construction is amazing. Yeah. Mine one is a little bit tight on the draw.
Mine is fine.
Yeah.
It's smooth, but I'm sort of waiting for some flavors to hit me. Nothing yet. Maybe I have to go further in.
So I do pick up cedar. Very faint note of cedar.
I've never eaten cedar. How can you pick up the...
You know when we walked into the humidor? Yeah. Has that smell. Yeah. So it's not as strong in the cigar, but there is and you can feel it on your tongue as well. There's like a bit of dryness in your tongue.
Did I tell you about the counterfeit watch which saved my life?
No.
So,
Some stories.
yeah, so one time, like years ago, you were playing basketball. I sort of dislocate one of my fingers. We end up in the accident and emergency. And we were there, and this guy has a Swiss watch that he wants to sell in the A&E.
Okay.
And I was sitting there waiting in the queue, and we talk, and I have a look at it, and it looks absolute really, and I don't know, he wanted like 500 pounds for it or something like that. I know I shouldn't have, but I did. So we went to the cash weighing machine. I was with a few of my friends. We got some cash together and gave it to this guy and bought this Breitling watch.
Okay.
And you know, so first thing I do was a bit dirty. I took it to the Watches of Switzerland to have it serviced.
Okay.
Yeah. I take it there, I go back, and the guy says, sorry, this watch is 2/3 fake. I said, 2/3?
2/3 is either fake or not fake.
What means? He said, yeah, everything on the outside is real, but the engine has been swapped with like a quartz Seiko engine. So I had this watch which looked beautiful on my hand. All my friends always used to make fun of me with my fake watch. And I would say, no, it's 2/3.
It's not really fake. It's 2/3.
Yeah. So I got, I don't know if you remember, I had that car accident.
Yes.
Yeah, I was in a passenger seat in a TVR.
Yes.
And it was a really bad accident. We hit this wall, the roof went off the car, and the wall came in the car. So the bricks came in the car. And as we hit the wall and the wall exploded and the bricks came in the car, it was a fatal accident. Unfortunately, the driver passed away on the spot. And I was sitting next to the driver, and I just put my hands on my face.
Yeah.
And this brick came and hit
Bang.
the fake watch. And the watch got demolished. The strap was like cut from here.
Okay.
And I had this bruise this big on my hand. And so this...
The watch saved your face.
So I always say that watch saved my life, because that brick hit the driver and the driver passed away.
Oh, that's how he passed away.
Yeah, on the spot. And like I just...
Because I thought it was when he hit the wall, that's when he passed away. So
No, it's when the wall came in the car, because the roof went off. And
yeah, that was a nice car.
So they say don't buy fake stuff. I don't know.
Sometimes it can save your life.
It can save your life.
That was around the time I met you.
It was 2006.
Yeah, I think I met you 2005.
What I learned from that story is never drive a TVR. Those cars are like death traps.
Because what was it?
The car was a carbon fiber car. When we hit the wall, it just like shattered. The car shattered like a piece of crystal.
It was beautiful though.
Not after the crash.
Yeah. It's nice.
Like that?
Yeah, it's nice. It's easy smoke. I do get a lot of that cedar note. The draw is a little bit tight, but it's burning perfectly. Yours too. We have a very straight...
My draw is perfect. Oh.
I did that. Happens all the time, don't worry. That's for the moths. Well, I need to get now we got the ash. I just need to get the Persian rug. But yes, we should be picking up some... It says dark chocolate. I don't pick up the chocolate. I do get the hay, a little bit of hay on the retrohale.
I can't taste any of these things. No.
It's fine?
No, it's not nice. It's getting better.
Yeah, it's gonna start building up. But I'm loving how it's burning. No ammonia, no bad taste on this cigar. It's delicious. It looks very nice. I like the wrapper on it.
So tell me about aging of cigars. How does that work?
Things like this, because they are limited editions, they are normally stored. You buy a couple of boxes, you want to keep it for a bit longer, then the cigar starts aging. So the longer you have it, the less of the impurities you're going to have, because with time the ammonia and all of those things will come out of the cigar, and when you smoke it, it will be a very clean smoke. Now there are cigars that have been aged for many years, 20-30 years, and there are people who say, look, it's too long. There is a limit when you start getting all the oils on the leaf, they start to disappear and evaporate. Similar to wine. Some grapes you can age for longer, some you can age for less. I believe it's the same with cigars, in my opinion, and from the research I've done. Some cigars are good to age for 3 years, others for 5 years, and there are a few that could last a lot longer. But it all really depends on where you're putting the cigar, how you're maintaining the cigars. So it's not that you just get a cigar and you put it on your humidor for 10 years and then you smoke it and it'll be fine. You have to make sure the humidity is perfect, the temperature is good. You can also slow down the aging process by having it a bit colder, keeping them a bit colder.
So do these have a sell-by date then?
Not really. They don't have a sell-by date. No.
But you say it has a diminishing return. So like after 5 years, 10 years, the quality would start.
But it's like wine. So you can have bottles of wine that are like 30, 40, 50 years old. You don't know until you try them. So there isn't a sell-by date. It all comes to how you store in the cigar, how you aging it in your humidor your humidor. Then depending on how you've aged it, it will last you a lot longer. There are cigars that are being smoked like 20 years later. For example, the guys from David of London, they have a very big collection of cigars that are 10, 15 years old, and they still enjoy them.
So is there a market for vintage cigars?
Of course.
Oh, there's like a separate.
There's a market for that. There is auctions for those vintage cigars. Some of them go really, really high. Mostly of those.
Like, what's the most expensive one you've heard of?
I don't know, man. But so they do. Again, it's like wine, watches, and all of this. It's a luxury product, and as long as you keep it in the good conditions, it will last you a long time. And the longer, for example, these boxes, I'm sure, there are not many of them around. Many of these cigars around.
It's only 60,000.
Yeah, worldwide.
Yeah,
well,
we just smoked 2 of them, so it's 59,900. 98. I think the construction of this is excellent. Just like just keep
nice cone in the middle. Yeah, it keeps straight.
The cigar is just like wow.
The smoke coming out, the aroma is very pleasant as well. Mine is just a little bit tight.
Not at all. Luckily, I wanted to cut my own cigar. Otherwise, I would have been stuck with you.
No, I fixed it. So I gave it another cut because I was trying to explain to you not to cut too much. And this is, I've used the knives before, but this is the first time I used this one in particularly.
Oh, can you tell me more about this or
about the knife?
Yeah.
I'm going to do a full review, but it's basically from a brand called Le Fin Lamps. It's a French brand, and what it means is the thin blades.
Fin, is it? How do they spell it? Is it with
Fines? Fines.
Fines.
Le Fin Lamps.
Okay.
So the thin blades. So it's a knife. You can use it as a knife, even cut your cheese or whatever you want to do it with it. But because they've made,
they actually look like these hunting knives, which are for skinning the animal.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, I think they look like this. Not that I hunt or skin animals. I do not do that.
But you are into knife, yeah?
I only eat them. I used to like knives back in the days, but nowadays there's like so much stigma and like you hear people, you just don't want to really. But this is like a hobby knife. You can carry this with you.
Yeah, these ones are legal in the UK. They're the right size and they're not lockable. So in the UK, if the knife, even if it's a small knife and if it locks, you're not allowed to carry it. But because that one doesn't have the lock in it, you can carry it.
Oh, it's okay.
So when you fully extend it,
it turns back. It doesn't lock.
Yes, because the idea is when you stab somebody, it's gonna bend.
Okay, so it's not an unlock knife. That's great. It's lovely.
So they're legal in the UK, but yeah, I'm going to do a proper review of it, and the design in it is So it's called Vibrant Streets of Havana and it's iconic pre-1959 Almedron cars.
Yes.
So I'm sure you've been to Havana a couple of times. You've seen those cars around.
Yeah, especially back in the 90s when I went there after the early 90s after the Soviet Union collapsed and Cuba lost sort of all its funding and all the products they used to sell to the Soviet Union. And
they got stuck with all the cars, yeah?
Yeah, and it was just the old cars, so they didn't have new cars. But now you go, there is a combination of the old ones. And you know, there's like by law in Cuba, you have to, if your car is empty, you have to stop for a hitchhiker.
Oh.
It's like a socialist, isn't it? You're not allowed to just drive down
enjoy the car by yourself.
If somebody is, you have to, or you get fined.
Wow. Yeah. I didn't know that. But yeah, these knives are quite nice, and they pay the homage to Cuba. But I will do a review with the knives. They also have a dog tag that they've made into a cutter. That one is really nice. And they have tested the smaller one. They got two sizes. The smaller one goes through the airport without raising questions. And it's very nice because basically you pull the top and the bottom. I have one. I'm going to, again, review it. And you put the cigar in the middle and you can cut it. They have two sizes and they have tested. I'm not sure if the two sizes they have tested, but I know that the smaller one, you can travel in the plane with it. They haven't had any issues. So it's safe to travel, which is quite nice because this knife obviously is a knife and then you might get stopped and then they'll take it off you, whatever, because it's still a knife. But the dog tag, I'm guessing you won't have many issues unless you put your finger in and start getting all the passengers. Put your finger there.
Give me another drink or use your finger to theirs.
Yeah. So they've said to me that they don't have an issue with those knives. But these ones, yeah, they're legal in the UK and it's something nice, different to carry, especially when you have a print like this.
Can we buy these in the UK now?
Yeah, they're well, we have them in the Toro Puro on my website, toropuro.com. And we have those. We also have different designs, different colors. We also have the dog tags. I'm waiting for the smaller ones. They were out of stock from the distributor, so we're going to add them. But we have the big ones and the ashtrays. The ashtrays are nice.
I haven't seen.
So they have the ashtray that is made out of concrete, and they have a special, like their design. But it's really nice. It's something different because everybody else does the glass or the ceramics or the wood, and these were made out of concrete. I think is a very nice material to use. But yeah, if you go into toropuro.com, I'll probably leave the link because we don't have the cigar. Obviously, is from my own collection. I will link the cutter if you guys want to check it out. If you want to check it out, yeah. I know you like Cuba. Maybe one of the Cuban cutter knives.
Definitely.
Or you prefer
I was checking, I didn't see any, so I was on it like last week, I think.
They went live this week, I think it was Monday night. I'll put them on.
All right, I'll have a look. Definitely.
It's a lovely cigar, very nice, easy to smoke.
The aroma is really
The aroma is nice. Clean, very clean. I like a cigar when it's clean and you don't get ammonia, you don't get bad burning, and you gotta fix the cigar and stuff. The drawer is a little bit tight, but
so mine is not tight. Is it? So the quality of construction of Cuban cigars, how good is it compared to like the New World cigars?
I don't know. There's a big debate. People say they're bad. Some people say there's nothing wrong with them. I don't get many issues, but you also have to understand that this is a handmade product. It's not a machine-made product where every cigar is going to be the same. When you're making them by hand, they were going to be, and it's a natural product, so the leaves are also
my
natural.
Question was compared to New World cigars because they're handmade as well.
Yes.
Do they have less issues?
Sometimes, yeah.
Lizardo doesn't want to badmouth cigars.
Well, no, it's not about bad mouthing them. It's experience. I haven't had many bad experiences, but I have seen people online complain a lot about Cuban cigars. They buy a box, 2 or 3 of them are bad. What I find the most is, especially when you buy a box or they just being released and you need to store them for another 3 to 6 months. So what I've noticed is that I think because of the demand, they were being released too quickly. I don't know if they fixed that problem, but that happened to me about 2 times when the cigar had a bit of a money on it. But then you just leave it on your humidor for a couple of months, come back to it, and they're fine. I mean, this one is fine. This one is perfect. One of the good things about Habanos or Cuba is that they only use Cuban tobacco. I think we spoke about this last week.
The pure
Yeah, puros.
puros.
Which is really nice because you have that profile that comes from that soil, from that terroir. Okay, so if you appreciate the profile of Habanos, of Cuban cigars, then that's perfect. We're now entering the second third, and here we should be picking up some dark chocolate. So maybe that's the bitterness. Is it bitter, or could it be like dark chocolate?
Could be.
Could be. Leather, espresso, earth, a little bit of pepper in the retrohale. Still a medium body cigar. I don't think it's gone stronger, but I am picking up some of those bitter notes actually.
Bit more flavorful.
So I like to keep the bands and hold it from the bands.
And look, it's.
Yeah, that's from the leaf. Sometimes there's a little drop of water.
Is it the leaf or is it the band where it was?
No, that's the leaf. So he's got a little white spot. That's sometimes I don't think they'll be able to see it.
Is this some beetle I'm smoking?
No. That little white spot happens. It's like a little stain on the leaf.
Yeah.
So if there is a little water droplet or something when they're curing it, it leaves a little mark sometimes.
I've been lobbying Lizardo to do a cigar tier list.
Oh yeah, you mentioned about that. I was thinking how to work that out.
Mortals, it's good. You know, you have a you can see which is like the God tier, A tier, B tier. No?
Okay, that could be done.
You just populate the chart, yeah. So you put the Cohiba up there in the S tier, and I don't know if you
Looking for the how they break down the portfolio.
from this.
I'm looking at the Habanos website, by the way. You can also do that if you want. So the way that they've done it is global brands, portfolio brands, brands volume, and the rest of the brands. And Sancho Panza is rest of the brands. So we have the global brands, which is Cohiba, Montecristo, Romeo Julieta, Partagás, Hoyo Monterrey, and H. Upman. Then the portfolios is the Trinidad, the Bolivar, Punch, Cuey d'Orsay, Ramon Alones. Brands volume, these are like the cheapest, okay? These are Jose Piedra, Quintero, and Vegueros. These are like the cheapest ones. And then the rest of the world, it doesn't mean that these ones are cheaper. This is just like worldwide.
So these are the ones which don't fit any of those 3 categories.
Basically, yeah. We have Cuava, great cigars from Cuava. San Cristobal de La Habana, nice. Fonseca, Vegas Robina, very nice. Diplomáticos are also really good. El Rey del Mundo, Juan López, Flor de... These are all good. La Gloria Cubana, they do some really nice limited edition. Then we have Por la Rañaga. They have a United Kingdom regional edition. Rafael González, San Luis del Rey, and Sancho Panza. So I've now corrected your cigar again. So hopefully it will burn a bit better. But mine is burning fine. It's just the draw that is a bit tight. But the aroma is nice, the flavor is nice. And now I can feel a little bit more of that nicotine hit. Hay, can you get the hay?
What is hay?
Again, you've never eaten hay.
Who has eaten hay?
Have you ever?
Farm animal, like, you know.
Is it but you smelled hay? You never smelled hay? You never been to a horse?
I'm a city slicker.
Okay, let's hope we get the coffee note and the chocolate note. Maybe you
probably allergic to hay or something.
But you've been smoking some good cigars. Last time we smoked the Aladino, which was really nice. Now the limited edition Valientes.
What are we gonna do next time?
I don't know. Let's have a think about. I want to take you through like different regions. So that one was a Honduran puro. This is a Cuban puro. Maybe next time I see if we got one of the Dominican puros or a Nicaraguan puro. And then afterwards you tell me, because this one, I know you don't pick up much of the notes as such, but this one is very cedary, hay, clean palate. Yeah.
I can taste the pepper.
Yeah. So in the last third, I haven't really reached it. There's meant to be a little bit of pepper on it.
I don't know, I think I should quit when I'm ahead. I don't wanna.
Yeah. So your cigar just split.
Gone.
Yeah. Maybe put it down. Mine is still okay. It's there now. It's a very faint pepper, but there's not many flavors sticking out as much.
It's not like an oily.
Yeah, because it mentioned that leather and coffee and chocolate. I haven't picked that up, and I just I had some coffee, but we also had some sparkling water to clean our palates before we try the cigar this time. And I don't pick anything.
Is that why you gave me sparkling water?
Yeah, because it cleans your palate.
Okay. You didn't say so.
Oh, surprise. Surprise. All right, buddy. So you finish your cigar.
Thank you very much.
I have a little bit left, but we can maybe end the video here. I don't think it's going to change much from here. Thank you for coming again.
Thank you for having me.
And if you want to watch the review of the Aladino that we did last week, I will link it here. And make sure you subscribe. Any questions for me or Kurosh, leave it in the comments below. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to check the link where I'm going to leave the knife. And you wanted the...
I have to get me one of these.
The SB cigar as well. You want me to put the link there? So
yeah, or the small one.
Yeah, the small one. I'll link that as well if you guys are interested. But yeah, whenever you want to check out a cigar, just pop over to totopuro.com and have a look there. Anyway, thank you. Thank you very much, buddy.
Thank you, Lazaro.
See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.